Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Dashivasamarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Aspadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Bhagavad Sakana Bhavdu Sakana Punaktu Sakaviryam Karavavakai Tejasvina Vadidamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. सर्गस्थिति प्रलयहेतुम् अचिन्त्यशक्तिम् विश्वेश्वरम् विदितविश्वम् अनन्दमूर्तिम् निर्मुक्तबन्धनम् अपारसुख अम्बुरासिम् श्रीवल्लभम् विमलबोधगणम् नमामि। यस्य प्रसादात् अहमेव विष्णुः मय्येव सर्वम् परिकल्पितम् च इत्थम् विजानामि सदात्मरूपम् तस्यां कृपत्वं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्। Good morning. So we are in I think we finished until 35 of Vaakya Vritti. So just to recap, in the tatvamasi padartha vyakhyanam is what the Vaakya Vritti is. And we are seeing from the tatpada artham from verse 28 onwards. First 10 verses gave us the introduction. From 11 to 25 gave the Tvampada Vicharam. Then we started the Tattvada Vicharam and we finished in 36, 37. 35, just we recap. Jivatmana praveshascha niyantritvam cha tanprati shruyate yasya vedeshu tad brahmeti avataraya. You have to closely follow to understand. In a very simplistic way, we look at it. To know in this world, there are only 3 domains of knowledge that we need to pursue. Only 3. What are the 3? Firstly, about you, who you are. Atma-jnana. This is something which we do not pursue in this modern education. Parents don't teach us very well. So occasionally we come across the Vedanta. It reminds us that, hey, this domain of knowledge we have not even pursued, not even thought about studying it. Please study. So that is Atma-jnana Vritti. That is one thing. The other domain of knowledge is knowledge about this world, Jagat, which is predominantly our life. So we try to find about everything and every time, and we see that it's infinite. The third domain of knowledge is neither me nor this world. World means anything other than me. Atma, anything that is not me, is the world. Then there is the God, Ishwara. So Ishwara, Jiva, Jagat, Vicharam are the only 3 domains of knowledge we need. The tatvamasi brings to us focus on the two domains, which are the Tvam, that is Atma Vicharam, and Tat, Ishvara Vicharam. What about this world? Well, that is not Veda's purpose. It gives you some guidance to how to live the life in the world. And because you are endowed with the intellect and the brain and the egoity, you sort it out. So you study astrology, cosmology, AI, whatever the science that you want to develop, you do it and use the knowledge to study what you want to study. but then you'll come to a conclusion at some stage that is infinitely variable because the whole world is Maya. So I have to study that to survive in this world only to a certain extent. I don't need to really have unfulfillment because I didn't study everything else. You cannot study because it's infinitely magical, illusionary, deluding. So we parked it outside, we come back to Tvam-padam and Tat-padam. The whole Vedas, therefore, ask you to study these two parts, but condensed into this one small phrase, tatvamasi. What does it say? See, Vedantam is to make your life simple. So it's by rejecting the whole world. Rejecting means not worth spending too much of time on it. You live in it, but don't need to worry about the world. Because sometimes you think, what I'm going to do. So what happened if I'm gone? How is my family going to survive? How is my children? What happened to my property? And on the deathbed, you are thinking about this. And you don't care because the world will live. World is not in our shoulders. Sun will rise, trees will blossom, children in the lineage will continue. They will forget you after a week, month or two. Everything will go on its own because world is not depending on you. So, therefore, it is mine. I have to understand myself. So, Tvampada Vicharam was given in the first few verses. Bhagavan was so compassionate. He said, I'll give you some tools. What are the tools? It's very, what do I need a tool? Honestly, if I say, do you know Taj Mahal? Then you'll say, yeah, Taj Mahal, I've seen it. It's a kind of white building, marble, with the banks of Yamuna. So you look for the identity, you look for evidence. It's a photo is there, video is there. Everything else other than you requires a pramanam, a means to know that. Without a tool set, you can't learn anything else. At least an Vaakya, somebody have to say, yeah, there is a Taj Mahal. If you trust him, then you get the knowledge. But to know you, what pramanam you need? Should I have tell you, hey, Mukund, this is you. Do you know you exist? Do I have to say that? He will laugh it off. I don't need to tell me. I exist. If you put the lights off in the darkness, do you exist? Of course I exist. The darkness, you want the light to see me because you are blinded. I know I am existing. So you don't even need a God to tell you exist. That is such a pratyaksham it is. So therefore, to know that obvious thing, why there is a struggle. Truth is never difficult. That is the truth. Truth doesn't require effort. It is obvious. Aproksha. But we struggle to learn the truth because our jnanam is viparita jnana, wrong knowledge. If you know knowledge is much easier, clean whiteboard, and I write the truth down. But our mind is cluttered with so much of knowledge, so much of Laukika knowledge, so much of wrong knowledge, misapprehension. That's the reason why the Tvampada Vicharam gave us some tools to know you. What are the tools? Whatever you see is not you. It's common sense, yeah, but I use a very technical term because I am Vedanta. I try to confuse you. It's called Drip-Drishti Vivekam. High sounding words. Very simply, whatever you see is not you. Whatever you hear is not you. Whatever you touch is not you. Whatever you taste is not you. What do you mean by that? That means I am the enjoyer of it. I am the seer. I am the hearer. How can a hearer be the hearing, heard object? So therefore, I am different. Okay, I understand. Panchakosa Vilakshanam. Your body is not you. Why? Because if you cut my hand is gone, I may be lame, handicapped, but I'm still there. The body is not me. My mind is not me. The deep sleep mind is gone. My troubles are not me. The troubles come and go. The joy is not me. The joy that comes and goes. The prana is not me. The prana goes sometime. So this is called Panchakosa Lakshana. We do that. Well, am I the chap going to the bank, working there every day as a banker? Yes, I am. But I am not in the evening, because evening I am at home. I'm sleeping. I'm a dreamer. Oh, the dreamer is you? No, only for some time. Then I am in a deep sleep. I'm a deep sleeper. Oh, you are the deep sleeper. Not really, because I get up next day. I am aware of the sleep. So in the experience that you go through, Jagrada, Swapna, Sushupti, is not you. No, I experience them because I am the experiencer. See, so Avastatraya Nishedam, Panchakosha Nishedam, Drishdrishya Vichara Nishedam, all the tools are given. It's so complicated tools are given because our deep Viparita Jnanam is quite difficult to remove. There it doesn't even talk about the, here you see, Vede, Shruyate. Vedam is saying this, Veda, you heard from the Vedas, all that it talks about for the Ishwara Vicharam. But you don't see those words in Tumpada Vicharam. See how pragmatic, how rational, how reasonable Vedas are. They're not dogmatic. It is used as intellectual steps. I don't need to tell you you exist. Why should Vedam tell you you exist? So don't worry about the Vedas. Just use logical reasoning. You understand. You are not all the body-mind complex. You are the witnessing consciousness in you, with Nitya Chaitanya. And if you say that, Raji says the same thing, I am Nitya Chaitanya. Balaji says the same thing, I say the same thing, then all cannot be the same thing. Vedanta says, all are the same thing. You are in a different embodiment. So what is the same thing everywhere? That and this. That and the one. So that therefore refers to that which you think you are. If everybody thinks what they are, that's just a rupam. If you all put together, the universal consciousness is that. That is Tattvata Vicharam. Now, for Tattvata Vicharam, what is a tool we can use it? Because we want reasoning, right? We are a scientific animal. Everything has to be rationalized. No problem. Vedas gives you one reason, only one reason. Nothing else you need. That's called Karana Karya Vivekam. Cause and effect. Please remember all this, because anywhere you study Vedanta, anything you do, it all comes around this 4 or 5 tool set alone. Why Karanakari Vivekam? Everything needs a reason to be there. An effect exists because there was a cause. Okay. What is the relation between the effect and the cause? The effect is a transformation of cause. A golden bangle has got a name called a bangle, and a form called a spiral or a round one, but it is made up of gold. A golden necklace got a name and a form, and for the gold. The karyam is the nama rupa gunam. Karanam is the essential part of that. So Nama Rupa Gunam cannot exist by itself. Can you see a golden necklace when all the gold is taken off from this? It's gone. So therefore, it uses a phrase called Mithyatvam for the effect. So when people challenge Advaita Vedantam, don't need to really defend whether the world is Mithya or Satya. It doesn't matter. If somebody says world is real, yeah, so be it. Doesn't matter. But to understand the supreme truth, we bring a relative positioning of this changing world, because the world is an effect. So if I make the world as an effect, karyam, it is not a karnam, right? Well, don't go to one step ahead and say karyam is the karnam transformed, therefore karyam is karnam, therefore everything's advaitam, then you got the answer. You don't need the class. But if you go step by step, there's an effect, there's a cause. Then we saw that in the last 34th mantra. In 35th, I say this mantra because everything is so beautiful. Here he says, Jivatmana praveshascha niyandrutvam cha tanprati. This is heard from the Shruyate. We heard from Vedeshu, from the Vedas we hear. What do we hear? The Lord of all, Tanprati, the Tat Padartham, what does it do? Niyantratvam Jivatmana Pravescha. It creates this world, creates the Jiva, and then it goes inside, Pravesha. This is all a method of teaching, right? It's all pervasive. There's nothing to enter, but it is just for understanding. A self is made, a body-mind complex is made, and that is just Jara Shakti, because it is inert, Prakriti. Then the Shivam, the Ishwara Shakti, goes inside, Pravesha, Anupravesham. This is called Anupravesha Shruti. It goes inside. Why he is saying this? When it's gone inside, there is a Jiva, right? If you take the Vedas as it is, Veda created, God creates the world, creates the beings are all inert, and then he goes inside the being. Now what you got? I got up, you got up, a Jiva has come up. But so far, you are searching Tompada Vicharam, who I am. And what did we conclude? We conclude not the body-mind complex, but this Chaitanya Rupam in me is me. But here what we are saying, hey, that Chaitanya Rupam in you, that you say that you is you, it is actually Jivatmana Praveshascha Tanprati. That is the Ishwara who gone into you. So immediately what it means, I am Ishwara, right? That is the ultimate proof we are going to do. For that he takes Seyam Devadaikshahandaham Himastisro Devata Anena Jivenatman Anupravishya Namarupe Vyakravaniti. This is the thing in the Chandogya Upanishad. Chandogya Upanishad is one of those 10 Upanishads in Samaveda it's come from. In the 6th chapter of Chandogya Upanishad, there is a story comes in. Story means itihasa comes in. Uddalahar is the Rishi. Shvetaketu is his son. Shvetaketu is a very, if God permits, someday we will read the Upanishad. So Shvetaketu is a very knowledgeable man, but he's very proud of his knowledge, you know. Once you get a Vidya Garvam comes in, right? And he said, I know everything. And then the father asked him, father is a Mahaguru, he's the first teacher. Father says, have you learned about who you really are? That nobody taught him. He said, who am I? He said, go and find it. So he goes and finds out and he realizes that, oh, it is my body and mind, Annamaya Kosham. He said, I found out. Then he says, no, it is not. Then he gives an example of how the body goes away. Then he goes and searches and says, Manomaya Kosham, Pranamaya Kosham. Story goes like this. Finally, the Guru, he realizes, once you come to Anandamaya Kosham, you could not transcend. And he say, I am that blissful nature. I am that Chaitanya Shakshi in me. Then he doesn't ask anymore the question because all questions are answered. But the father tells him therefore, Sa Iyam Devata, that Chaitanya that you say, Akshada means it decided. Devadakshada. Akshada means it decided. What is it decided? Kand aham imas distro devata anena jivanatma anena jivena atma anuprabhisya. The father is telling the son that God therefore decided to go into all the jivas, anuprabhisya. I go inside this and then become a nama rupe Vyakaravani iti. Vyakaravani iti means, Vyakara means this, I manifest like this, like what? Like this name and form. Now, this is Shruti Vaakya. Shruti Pramanam is the ultimate, so we don't question that. So Bhagavan Shankara is quoting that here. Anupravashi almost uses the same phrases. He says that you wanted to find out. It is what has entered into jivas. So first he showed with the Karanakari Tattvam. Second he says, because you want to bring it close to the Tvam-padam, he says, Ishwara become the Chaitanyam and gone inside Ishwara. That is you. Okay, now this is the last part of the Tatpadam. Karmanam Baladatrutvam Yasvaiva Shruyate Shrutau Jivanam Hedu Kartrutvam Tat Brahmayet Avataraya. Avataraya, decide now that Brahman, Tat Brahman iti, that Padam is iti, this is the one. Now decide on what grounds. I give the final one. I say, he says, Karmanam Pala Datrutvam. Who gives the palam, between the fruition of your effort? Who gives the results? Who gives the prayojanam for your action? Datrutvam. Karmabala data. Whoever is, whenever you do some work and you get a result, you get an effect. And who gave you that effect? God. Jivanam Hedukatutvam. Who is the cause of all actions that you do. This you have to understand very carefully. You know, sometimes you may mistake Vachyartham. Who creates, who is the cause of your action? And that is a very easy excuse. That you can say, look, I stole some money. I'm not the cause. The God is the cause. You know, you can. It's not that. Here, Hedu Kartrutva means the Jiva, the body is insentient and it does action when it is alert, when it becomes sentient. What makes your body becomes a being? Because there is senses operating, mind is operating. And how does the senses, mind, body operate? Because there's an Atma Chaitanyam there. Therefore, the cause of the action that I do is what? my Atma Chaitanya. That's what it means. So Jivanam Hedu Kartrutvam, it means everything I do. I would say you should take this in a very practical sense. What does it mean? It means be cognizant of the fact at every moment that I exist and I do this and that because I am blessed. Please say it in your mind. You must say, I am blessed. That's the reason why I am able to sit now in this class. I am able to listen to. I am able to walk. I'm able to eat. I'm able to swallow. I'm able to breathe. I'm able to get up from the bed in the deep sleep. Because all these are not happening because of my effort, but because of the grace that comes. So I put some additional prayatna. I take the food and put in the mouth. So this I have the will to do it, but the power to will is Ishwara Shakti. See, it really humbles you. The moment you think this way, the very ordinary life that we say, I get up, go and demand things from people, I manage people, that I get beaten up because you don't do anything. That you have is totally useless because every minute part of your movement is blessed by the power of Brahman that is in you. Jivana Kedu Katritvam. So you become humble in life. You do everything in the bigness of the God. Your work becomes worship. You go to every day morning, Saturday, Sundays, you do Vishnu Sahasranam in the room. That's what you like to do. Today you have to do some work. Officers call you go to work. You can't do the puja. You go completely distressed. I can't do the puja. What is this job? You hate the job. No. Work is worship. You worship, you do the work in the name of God. You don't need to say mantras. So anything that you do, if you do as if you are doing it in the presence of the God that is in you, which is the fact, then you do it well. Now, if I do it well, I do it whatever way I do it, there is an effect of it. There's a result of it. Well, I throw the stone, the mango falls. I study for the exam, I pass the exam. Is I do. What has God contributed anything with this? Karmana baladatruttvam. God is giving the fruit of labor. This is what Dakshan thought. Dakshan is a greater scholar. He said, yeah, Vedas tell me you do this Vajrayeya Yagyam, you will get this benefit. You do Putra Kameshti Yagyam, you get this benefit. How does the benefit come to me? Ishwara will bring it to you. So Ishwara is my messenger. He is a distributor. He is an Amazon delivery man. Why should I call him to my yajna? I just do the yajna. Parvati, you are my daughter. You can come here if you want. I don't want to call your husband because he is a servant. See the arrogance of knowledge there. Because he understood Vedas that way. He did not understand this Upanishad. Jivanam, the very yajna that he is able to do because of the Ishwara Shakti. So when you think that the result is coming because of God's grace, even though you did the work, you write the exam and you passed, and you say the pass because of God. You didn't say I did. Like what is his name? Usman Bolt. When he was finished the thing, he said, I don't know. I am made to run. I run, and the prize comes to me. Because he doesn't claim that I ran fast. Running comes to me, I just run. That means you take this as an Ishwara Prasad. What happens because of that? Because of that, our natural tendency to crib all the time. Even you get a 99 mark, you'll say, I missed 1 mark. You even get a BMW you bought with your hard-earned money, it becomes a boring car because next door got Rolls Royce. Jealous comes in, right? It's because you get unfulfillment because you think you have done it. But if it is Ishwara Prasad, you get acceptance with a reverence. The moment you can accept life, everything that comes to you, there is no grief. I can give you in writing. Krishna says the same thing. Because Samoham Sarvabhudeshu na me dveshtina na priya. I don't have differences in treating anybody, Krishna says. For me, I treat everybody. I treat Duryodhana same, Arjuna same, Dharma same. I treat everybody else. But I am obligated to give you the result according to what you do, but I give it with the priyam, with the kindness. So when he is giving you disease, a failure, God is giving you with a great of love. Don't forget that. And that disease, that pain, that defeat, my karma palam. So then I may have to really make sure I do the right karmas. I learned that. Even better, why should I worry about it? Jivanam hedikartutvam, you. Karmanam balatatutvam, you. Who am I in between? So I disown my job ownership, my bhoktritvam I give up, kartritvam I give up. I don't do it. It happens through me. You become a karma yogi. You become a karma sannyasi. Then knowledge comes begging to you. Ishwara comes and occupies you. He's just showing in front of you every time, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. You don't have to search for him. Because Ishwara's abode is a heart which is pure. The moment you become that karma yogi, karma sannyasi, that you do everything in the name of God, accept everything in the terms of Ishwara Prasad, God will openly sit in front of you, in you, within you, around you, and becomes a Sangitya. Okay, aside yourself, but that's the point. So this again, this one, he's got a slogan. So you get Isha Upanishad, which we did before. Sa Paryaka Chukram Akayam Avranam Asnaviram Shuddham Apapavittam Kavihi Manishihi Paribuhu Suyambuhu Yata Takyato Arthan Yadatacha Sutipyaka Samapyaka. All these words. He, Saha, he, who is that? Ishwara. Paryakash, he is pervasive everywhere. Chukram, he's just completely glorious, luminous. Akayam, Akayam means no body. Avranam, scathelessness, absolutely pure. Asnavinam, he has no muscles, no bones like that. Completely pure. Shuddham. Apapavittam, no blemish on him, because no karma. That means if you also give up ownership, you will become apapavittam, you become shuddham. Because whether punyam or papam, if I don't own it, I have no karma palam. If I have no karma palam, I am sangatvam, papavittam. Kavihi, the kavi means poet. Kavi also means one who foresees. A true poet who writes in the name of God, his words become truth. Not that he foresee the world. His words become true. Therefore, if he utters something, it happened. Bharatiyar sang, Sindhu Samavali, in Singala Tivilkur Palanamipo. Like that, he sings songs like it happens. It's not that he has got a foresight. Words come to him. So here he says God is a kavi. What a beautiful way of saying. omniscient, Manishi, Paribuhu. Paribuhu. Pari means periphery, Buhu means transcend, is transcendent. Swayambhuhu. He has no cause, because he is the ultimate cause. So like this, So he's quoting the Upanishad into this and say, so here he finished the Tatpada Vicharam. Now we need to understand Vaakya Vicharam. I got Tvam, I know. What's the title? Okay. Tat, I know. Now we come to the text proper with the initial caption that is said Vaakya Vritti. Now we're going to do the Vakyartham. We saw the Padartham. Pada means what? Word. Tvam Padam we saw, Tat Padam we saw. Those of you who are serious in learning this, maybe summarize it, 5 points from the Tvam Pada Vicharam, 5 from Tattva Vicharam. How you know that what is Tvam, what is that? Which we have done, covered it. Now, there is a third question. Just initially wrote that the disciple asked questions. Who am I? Who is God? How do you say both are same? How can you say if I can define who am I, if I can understand who is God, it clearly says there are two different things, right? Then you see it's the same. How can it be? That's the third question. The third question is what is now we are going to go to understand what it is. He says now, to concluding this, Tattvam padartho nirnidau vakyartham sachintyate adhuna tadatnyam atra vakyarthas tayoreva padarthayo. Tattvam padartho nirnidau. Nirnidau means nirnayam has been done. We have come to a conclusion of what padartha. Padartha, thou means is here both. That means there are two words. This is how the purity of the words here. Tattvam. So if you take the first word, tattvam, it's not one word. One word, tattva means truth, philosophy, doctrine. No. Padartha. Here there are two words. Therefore it is tat and tvam. So tat padartha, tvam padartha, nirnitau. So tat padartha, tvam padartha, nirnitau. Having decided, having understood the meaning of tat padam and tvam padam, vakyarthas chintyate aduna. Aduna means now. Vakyartham chintyate. Let us discuss, inquire the vakyartham. What is the vakya means? Which we will see now. Tatvamasi is a vakya. Then he says, immediately he says the answer also. If you do the inquiry of this, the vakyartham, what it is going to give you? Tadantyam atra vakyarthas. That vakyartham will be tadatmyam. Tadatmyam is a phrase. That means it is that. We'll expand it on. Atra, here, vakyartham. Tayoreva padarthayoho. That itself is the lakshyartham also. And simply what he's saying is that Tatpadam and Thampadam, even though they look different words, we got the lakshyartham for it. What is the Thampada lakshyartham? Sat, Chit, and Anandam. What is the Tattpada lakshyartham? Satyam, Anandam, Jnanam. Satyam, Jnanam, Anandam. So Sat and Satyam are the same. Chit and Jnanam are the same. Anandam and Anandam are the same. Therefore, Lakshatyam is same. Therefore, A equals B. Therefore, A and B are one. The one is Tadatmyam. Tadatmyam means Tadatmyam Tat Atma will be. Now, I think we have to understand some Vyakarna. So, we are going to go into the. We can stop it here. That is finished. But the Vakya Vritti is defined to resolve the arguments of Nyaya Vaisheshikas and Bauddhas and all those intellectually demanding personalities in those days. Therefore, Bhagavan Shankara leaves no stone unturned. So we'll very quickly understand some part of this thing. How to understand any scripture? Scripture is the Vedas. So Vyakyanado Vishesha Pradibhattirnahi Sandehat Alakshanam. It is a Paripasha in the sacred it's a text. It says a Shastra cannot be considered to be wasteful simply because the words are not very clearly intelligible to us. It is giving you caution. When you read the Vedas, any supreme text, if you go and take Newton's paper on the gravitation, if you don't know mathematics and physics, you don't understand. It doesn't mean it is futile. You have to be understanding, and such doubt should be removed with the help of traditional Vaakyanataka. Vaakyanataka means that explains the Vakyas, like the Vakya Vritti. So simply it means you need a Vyakyanam. So when somebody says, hey, what do you mean by that? Can you explain? That explain is exploratory discussion. Explanatory discussion, exploratory discussion. You explore and you explain, that is Vyakyanam. Yeah. I go very gently, but I think the words are very interesting for you. Those who are very keen on the Vyakaranam, of course, we have great teachers here, we can talk to them. What is this Vyakyanam? Vyakyanams are many types. There's something called a Vritti. I say this thing because when you read some text, it's called Shankara's Vritti. Or it is a Sureshwaracharya's Vartika. Oh, it's a Shankara Bhashyam. Oh, there's a Tika by Vidyaranya Tirtha. Oh, there's a Panchashika by Yashika. Oh, there's a Karika by this. All these words they use, right? I bring it to attention to show you the supreme knowledge of our ancestors. But these are all, all those in English also we have. Not in so many final way. If you do a research work, you will know. Every abstract has got a name, synthesis got a name, Purupakshi debate has got a name, dictionary got a different thing, encyclopedia is different. So Vritti means, if you have a word, a phrase in Sanskrit, in a scriptures, in a sutra, and each word, if you give a meaning of it without giving detailed explanation, it's called a Vritti. Vritti means a growth. Vyakyanam. It is some say. Okay, what is then? I say Vyakyanam. What is that meaning? Iti. If I give a meaning of it, I am writing a Vritti for it. So you first need a Vritti. Vritti requires the words to be broken. When the words, sandhis are broken and so given, Anvayam is done. So that's the Vritti. Vartikam is expanding the meaning of these words. Bhagavan Shankara, there are so many different ways. I just go by what Shankara gives. Shankara gives a very simple way. When you write about what is implied by the word and also what is not directly implied by the word. Mukta Chinta, Anukta Chinta. So, oh, he was spitting fire. Vritti says he, spitting fire. Three meanings. Vaakya says you're spitting fire, the fierce words, because he is in anger. Anger, words was not there. Anukta chinta. Slightly increasing tatparya vritti. That's Vaakya. Bhashyam is full explanation. Explain the meaning of it with your own words and also create doubts about it and clarify the doubts. And therefore, Bhashyam may lead to a new topics as well. Bhashyam says, oh, like this. By the way, this is exactly what is said in this Upanishad at this part. Then you will go to that Upanishad. So it creates time. So isn't a very exhaustive reading enables Bhashyam. Tika is not like Bhashya. A Tika still remains within the scope, but it is better than Vritti and Vartika because it expands each word into it. Like Vakya Vritti, initially we are kind of a Tika. We take one padam, tvam, and we just expand it in so many ways. Yeah. But whatever I'm saying now is not necessary for this class, but I just want to enhance your knowledge on this. So like that, Panchasheka. So what I'm saying, you need to have, don't discard if you don't understand. I'm cream, clean, from cham, mantra. What is it? I don't know. Is there a vritti for it? There's a vartika for it. There's a bhashya for it. Karika for it. You have to search for it. So, how does the Vaakya? So, if I am right, can I write a Vyakyana? Yes. Okay. I write the Vyakyana. I just repeat all those words and then expand more. Patanjali says, Na kevalani chacha patani Vyakyana. Just the explanation of the words, repeating of words is not a Vyakyana. Kim Darhi. And what is it then? Udaharanam, Pratyudaharanam, Vaakyatyahara, Ityetstamtitam, Vyakyanam bhavati. If you want to write a Vyakyanam, just repeating the same words in so many different words is not a Vyakyanam. You should give examples. You should give example, counter examples. You have to supply the missing words. That means you elaborate this. So not anybody can write Vyakyanam. You need to go to the right author. But in Parashara Upapuranam, it's much more clear. He gives you 5-6 bullets to measure the Vakya. See, very important. The book you read, the paper that you read, you should know who the author is, what has he written, what is his repertoire, what is the repute before, which category it falls into. Is it an opinion or is it a fact? Or it's a judgmental proposition. What is it? Or it's the imaginary text, or is something contradicting this? What is the motive behind it? Because if you don't know the motive of all this, you can't assimilate the knowledge in this text. So he gives here the Vyakyanam with 5 lakshanas. Padachedaka, Padardokti, Vigraho, Vakya Yojana, Akshebasya Samadhan. Padachedam. Padachedam means Abhyayam. You should be able to split the words properly. Because if you split wrongly, it gives meaning but different meaning. So Padacheda. Padartha Yuktihi. What is the sense of each word? Vigraha. I mean, Vigraha means multiple words joined to form a new words. It's there in Tamil, Sanskrit, all the great languages got this kind of Vigraha. Vakyojana. Vakyojana. Vakyojana means how is words are related to each other. Yes, 2 words, 2 different meaning, but when they are together, they give a very different relationship in the sentence. Very different context. Akshebam. It may raise a doubt. The Vyakhyanam should raise a doubt. How can it be possible? What is he saying? Raise the question. And he argues why it is not possible. And you read the Vyakhyanam, absolutely right. I am with the author. I don't believe this text is right. Called Purva Paksham. Then says Samadhan. Then he resolves every akshebam. See, then it creates better teaching. It's telling the truth and say, memorize it, this is it. No. Ask the student to raise the question. Along with the student, you also raise the doubts about this and rationalize your doubts. Then you are on a very good footing that you are disproving the lesson. Then you started disproving our suspicionism. Then solidifies. So that is the Vaakya. So Panjalaksham must be there in the Vaakya. Okay. But all the Vyakhyanams are dealing with what? Vakyam. What is a Vyakhyanam does? It takes a Vakyam. What is Vakyam? Vakyam is the sentence. What is a sentence? Not a definition. Aganksha, Yogyada, Sannidhi, Matvam, Yati. A group of words containing expectancy. Akanksha means expectancy. For example, I pick up the stone, then what are you thinking now? You're thinking, what am I going to do with the stone? So I must say, I pick up the stone and throw it. So the throw has got I expect something to come. So there is a mango tree, rain. What is it? There's nothing. The rain has no connection there. There's no relevance, yogyata. And the proximity is needed. Yesterday, 4 o'clock, then I just don't say anything for 10 minutes. The milkman, in 15 minutes, I don't say anything, arrives. This is not making sense because your time has passed, your space has passed. It has to have a space and time has to be together. The words have to form together. Sannidhi. And alone, only then it can make a Vaakya. So you have to, just a collection of words is not a sentence. It has to be together. So all this is, common sense. Okay, understand what the Vaakyas are. And how do I get the meaning of the Vaakyas? I take the words, I go to the dictionary. Right? Fine. But there are many ways of interpreting the meaning. 2 important ways. Abhigidanvayavadam. Abhigidanvayavadam. See, this is the big science. How to interpret Vedas is a science called Mimamsika. Mimamsika means Pujya Vichara, very divine inquiry. They were not inquiring the inner meaning of Vedas. See how they sacrificed their life. They first invented the mechanics, method by which these shabdas can be heard and they can be decoded into sentences and to words and to aksharas. Or from aksharas to words to sentences. So I can say Raji Rajagopalan. Can I say Ra, Jira, Jago, Palan? Can I split like that? Meaningless. So when the Veda sounds comes in, where there is no meaning, nobody knows the meaning, how do they know where to stop, where to split, how to split it? Padavicharam, because Padachedam. So that's what they did. So you do that. And then it's called synthesis. Then you take the meaning of each one. Then you combine the meaning like we do. I took the stone and threw at the dog. I took stone, threw dog. I got a meaning of everything. Contextually, it makes sense. That means I did a heinous act of hurting the dog. You know it, right? Abhidanya. So here there is a very good correlation between the word meaning and the sentence. There are pros and cons in this. There's another method called Amita-Abhidana Vadam. Here also, the meaning of the sentence is based on the individual words, but not alone, but also the mutual relationship. It is giving it. I will not go deeper. It's not necessary. What I'm saying is, it means sometimes words can be formed by the sentence can be formed by the words, but the way the words are positioned and they give a very different meaning to the sentence. Samsargavada. There's so many different ways. So what I'm saying is, when you read a bhashyam of great acharyas, they have not invented something out of their impulsive imagination or spontaneous revelation. It will happen. But they have analyzed thoroughly. And they did that because every word, every letter they print on the Grantha is based on the labor of love to impart the true knowledge. Okay? So that is what the Vaakya is all about. Now I am going to go back to this 37th verse and I leave it with a question to you for think. Tattvam padartho rintam. Okay. I'll get this tadatmya. I take this word. So your Vaakya, there are so many Vaakyas, two important types of Vaakyas. If you take a Vaakya, structured a sentence, you will always find a subject, nominal. Like I give Rama ate apple. Now, what are the nominal case here? Rama is a person. Ate is a verb, kriya padam. It's an action. Leave the action. Apple. So Rama, apple. These two are patams, nominal. They are called adhikaranam in Sanskrit. Adhikaranam means the basis. Ate has no basis. Here, adhikaranam is what is adhikaranam of the verb. What if you take an action, on what basis the action happened? That's called adhikaranam. Rama ate apple. Rama and apple are the adhikaranams in the. I give you another one. Ramaha Vidyalayat Lakshmanaya Pustakani Anayati. Ramaha means Rama. It's a nominative case. Rama. Vidyalayat. Vidyalaya means school. Vidyalayat. That means ablative case. That means from the Vidyalaya. From is in the Palligilirundu. That Vidyalayat. That Vetrumai. Vibhakti is that. Lakshmanaya. Lakshmananukaga. For Lakshmana. That's a Vibhakti there. Dative case. Pustakani. Books. Accusative plural. Anayati brought it. So Anayati is it's a verb. Kriya Padam, you leave it there. So how many adhikaranams are there here? Ramaha, Vidyalaya, Lakshmana, Pustaka. But each are in a different vibhakti. Ramaha, Vidyalayat, ablative case. Lakshmanaya, for Lakshmana. Pustakani, accusative case, books. In different vibhaktis, the nominal comes in. There are multiple adhikaranas. This sentence is called Vyatikarana Vakya. Vyatikarana Vakya. Many adhikarana Vakya. Very normally we use it. I go to the shop, I bought milk, bread, tissue paper, and chocolates. So I bought is a verb. Bought is a verb. I, chocolate, tissue paper, milk, everything is adhikaranas. Therefore, this sentence I've said now is called Vyatikarana Vakyam. What's the big deal about it? Now, there are other kinds of Vakyam. For example, Gokulanantaka, Gopalaka, Gitacharya, Krishna, Kachati. Who is Gokulanantaka? Who is Gopalaka? Who is Gitacharya? Who is Krishna? There are four nominal forms. Kachari is a verb, ignore it. There are four adhikaranas here for this verb. Is it Vyatikarana? No, because all that needs only one person, Krishna. Om Sri Mada, Sri Maharagi, Sri Singhashaneshwari. All this is what? Many words to be meaning the same thing. That means this Vakya is called Sama Adhikarana Vakya or Samadhikarana Vakya. In summary, a sentence can be turned into Vyatikarana Vakya or Samanadhikarana Vakya. In the Vyatikarana Vakya, there are many Adhikaranas. In Samadhikarana Vakya, there are many Adhikaranas. Adhikaranam means a nominal term which has got a padartham. But in Vyatikarana Vakya, every nominal term will have different padartham. Rama Vidyalayat Lakshmanaya Pustakani Anayati. Ramaha padartham is Rama. Vidyalayat padartham is school. Lakshmanaya padartham is Lakshmana. Pustakani padartham is Pustakam. Whereas Gokulanantaka, Gopalaka, Gitacharya, Krishna, their Vakyartham may be different, but they all mean, here we talk about Lakshya. Important, understand, underline Lakshya. Here all means Krishna only. Therefore, in Samadhikarana Vakyam, there may be many words of nominal nature, but they mean the same thing. But it is not that alone. There's one more important condition. Ramaha, Vidyalayat, Lakshmanaya. Shown in Tamil, Raman பள்ளியிலிருந்து லக்ஷ்மணனுக்காக புஸ்தகங்களை கொண்டு வந்தான். பள்ளியிலிருந்து லக்ஷ்மணனுக்காக புஸ்தகங்களை. All this vibhakti in Sanskrit. Vidyalaya, Lakshmanaya. They are in different vibhaktis. So they give a different padarthas and they are in different vibhakti of cases. Then only it's called a Vyatikarana. Whereas Gokulanantaka, Gopalaka, Gitacharya, Krishna, everything in the nominal case, same case, but they mean the same person. It's called Samadhikarana Vakya. Sorry about confusing you on this, but this is important for you to keep remembering this, because if you happen to technically argue in later, this is going to be the help building block. Now, the question that for you to discuss and think yourself and come with an answer next week is, in this slokam, tatatmyam is a sentence. Take it as a sentence. Tatatmyam. How many words are there? Let me tell you straight for you. Tatatmyam means tat atmayam. I'll give you an example, make it easy. This is the table, and that is a chair. The table is made of the wood. Daru Atma. And chair also made out of the wood. So both are wooden objects. So wooden is tadatmyam. That means it's a chair, it's a table, but both are wooden. Therefore, wooden is tadatmyam of chair and the table. Understand? Now, what I want you to think about is tadatmyam, is it vyadhikarana vakyam or samanadikarana vakyam? So, think about it. We'll discuss next class. Om Ashadoma Sadgamaya.
Om Asatoma Sadgamaya.
Tamashoma Jyotirgamaya.
Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya.
Vrityoma Amritam Gamaya.
Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om
Om
Shanti
Shanti
Shanti.
Shanti. Om Tat
Om Tatsat.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you, Raja sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.